All right, I have 6:05, and we will go ahead and call the May 11th open session to order. And we do not have a closed session tonight, so there is no report. We will move to Pledge of Allegiance. Kevin, would you like to lead us in the pledge? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right, can we get a roll call, please? Councilmember Lennon?
Here.
Councilmember Ackerman?
Here.
Councilmember Fichula?
Here.
And Mayor Pro Tem Mendoza is not on, and Mayor Burse. Present. Okay, moving to item 2E, approval of the agenda order. We do have one modification tonight. We originally had item 5A slated for a presentation. That item will not be happening this evening, so we will go ahead and strike that from the agenda. Can I get a motion to approve the agenda order with that omission?
Move to approve. Second.
Roll call, please. Councilmember Lennon?
Aye.
Councilmember Fichula?
Aye.
And Councilmember Ackerman?
Aye.
And Mayor Burse? Aye. All right, moving to item 3, the consent calendar. Matters on the consent calendar are routine in nature and will be approved by one blanket motion with a council vote. No discussion on these items ensues unless a specific item is pulled for discussion for separate action. If you wish to have an item pulled from the consent agenda for discussion, please notify me now. I am going to go ahead and bring up, I'd like to pull item 3C from the agenda. Does anyone have any additional items they would like to pull? I'm sorry, just a note that Mayor Pro Tem Mendoza is now online. Oh, thank you so much. Okay, you'd like to pull item 3D?
Yep.
Okay. Do we have any additional items from the public that we'd like to have pulled? Nothing online? Thank you. Okay, hearing none, I will entertain a motion to approve the consent calendar with the omission of items 3C and 3D.
Move to approve.
Second. I got it.
All right, can we get a roll call, please? Mayor Burse? Aye. Councilmember Lennon?
Aye.
Councilmember Ackerman?
Aye.
Councilmember Fichula?
Aye.
And Mayor Pro Tem Mendoza?
Aye.
All right, moving to item 3C, ordinance 547, amending Colfax Municipal Code Title 6, Chapter 6.20, limitations on the number of animals, chickens, to be effective 30 days after adoption. Do we have public comment on this item? Nothing online? Okay, do we have public comment in person on this item? Okay, I have no specific discussion that I need to bring forward for this. This just didn't belong on the consent agenda for tonight, so we can go ahead and entertain a motion and roll call.
I have a couple of comments.
Okay, go ahead.
So one of the questions that was raised is, what if you buy chickens, and since the probability of getting all female chickens is only 90%, there's a 10% chance you'll get a rooster. So I've got a couple of families up in Alta that raise chickens that will come down and pick up any rooster that somebody has for free and rehome it, right? So it's another thing that we've got lined up just to try to help make it easy for people in the city.
That's great.
The second thing I've got lined up is a couple of the sawmills up there have so many trees in terms of logs of lumber that I think we're going to get all the lumber donated to be able to help elderly people in the town and people of low income with building chicken coops. And so this will be probably a June milling project. But what I'm going to try to do is kit up this stuff. You'll have to buy the netting and the hardware, but I should be able to get almost all the lumber for people that are in need. Obviously, if you can afford to pay for it, you're going to have to pay for it. But if you're in need, we can get people that'll volunteer and donate some of the labor for milling wood. And that's, we moved 3 of the logs that were 40-inch in diameter, 16-footer ones 2 days ago. So that's a lot of lumber, right? And then I'll have about 4 different designs of chicken coops that people can put together based on those designs. So anyhow, just FYI.
Okay, do you have any additional comments from council? Okay, hearing none, could we entertain a motion at this time?
Move to approve item 3C.
Second?
Roll call, please.
Councilmember Lohman? Councilmember Fatula?
Aye.
Councilmember Ackerman?
Aye.
Mayor Pro Tem Mendoza?
Aye.
Mayor Burse?
Nay. All right, moving to item 3D, painting of stop bars and crosswalks downtown. And Councilmember Fatula, you pulled this item, so I'll bump it over to you.
Yeah, so just for people to understand, when you look at the cost of painting, it looks excessively high for doing this type of stuff. And I thought, Wes, if you could just explain some of the limitations that we have for labor and stuff for doing this that are kind of force this to be where it's at.
Thank you, Councilmember Petula. On there, the city and all government agencies are subject to prevailing wage, which means it's kind of the union wage on all projects. So it almost doubles the cost that it would cost you as a homeowner to do the same type of work. So that's why you see these exorbitant costs to do painting or any type of construction work and those types of things moving forward.
Okay.
All right, do we have any additional comment or discussion from council? Do we have any public comment on this item?
There's nothing online.
Okay, hearing none, I will entertain a motion.
Move to approve 3D.
Second?
Roll call, please.
Councilmember Lohman?
Aye.
Councilmember Fatula?
Aye.
Councilmember Ackerman?
Aye.
Mayor Pro Tem Mendoza?
Aye.
Mayor Burse?
Aye. Okay, moving to item 4, agency reports, starting with 4A, Placer County Sheriff's Department.
City Council, Sergeant Kevin Curtis, Placer County Sheriff's Office. I'm going to be brief because I know Cal Fire is going to have a lot to talk about. So I'll make sure that I help the project some of my time. So in the city of Colfax this last month, you'll see on the board we had 149 incidents within the city. 15 of those made suspicious, and then your deputies were out there. They made 30 total traffic stops. That's just within the city. They've been busy. We've been busy all over the county. Other than that, we've had a few meetings for the 3rd of July, the wine walk here in the city of Colfax. We're just truly getting ready for the summertime.
I think you meant the art walk.
Art walk. Art walk.
A wine walk sounds fun, but it was an art walk.
Or maybe that's just an opportunity.
But thank you for the idea.
With that, if there's no other questions, I can do that. If anybody's got a question on any topic.
Anyone else have any questions? Thank you.
Perfect. Thank you.
All right, I do not see CHP here, so we will move straight to Placer County Fire Department, CAL FIRE.
Madam Mayor, City Council, City Manager. I'll try to make this a little briefer than the last time as the requested from my counterparts there. So again, I'll kind of start with some of the fire outlook. We'll go into some statistics and then kind of go into some of the updates from CAL FIRE, Placer County Fire Department, and Colfax in general. So some of the outlook on the, again, the 100-hour schools is with that rain, it decreased some of that activity, but it is turning up pretty sharp as it continues on. Kind of the outlook in the next 4 months is that continued upward with the increased revenue. The burn permits are still required. That started again April 18th. That will continue that process until possibly as early as June 1st is when we're thinking that the cutoff for burning piles on a 4x4 will go. So some of the statistics for Nevada Yuba Placer itself. Again, I think we were kind of ramping up a little bit, but we were able to slow down, so it shows in our statistics. Where wildland fires 116 in 2021, and then 22 we were at 111. So we're kind of on that better par. Same thing with structure fires, 129 last year and 114 this year, with a grand total of 11,580. We're at 12,198. Most of that is due to some of the medical, just the increase in medical care for the residents. With Colfax, and I had a little a sheet that I wanted to show, but it does show the numbers of response for the Colfax company 36, in which they had 51 responses, 1 vegetation fire, 2 vehicle fires, 2 traffic collisions, and multiple medical aids. It is, I would like to show that the closest response to that 51 is Alta at 30, and that's the next closest volunteer response. So the volunteer response that we do have are very committed. It shows them. Moving to some of the updates, we are in CAL FIRE in general, moving to our level 3, which is station per or an engine per station, with the expected peak staffing, which is going to be our full equipment sometime around June 1st. And that is an increase of our battalion chief coverage also. Going to, with this increase, we have a firefighter rehire that's actually in place right now that will incorporate a lot of the firefighters. Some of the updates, the UP Railroad, as was mentioned, we have been in contact with them. We do have to provide some information that they were in the process of gathering, and then we should be able to complete that or instruct them where to complete exactly what we're looking for.
And target time frame?
I don't have a target time frame until I actually give them the information, but as soon as I have that, probably by next week.
Do you need like drone footage or anything? Because I have a couple people that have drones that if we need to get footage, we could get some footage from them.
No, so we'd be able to provide that for exactly what we're looking for, and we actually might even have them come up in person. So that is on track. I'm trying to get you some time frames. Some of the training that we did complete, it was a pretty good event that we had last week in regards to our medical helicopter, our rescue helicopters. We were able to kind of do a show and tell with our partners with the Sheriff's Office, CHP, Sac Metro Fire, and then our Copter 205 from TGU or Tandem Glen. We're all able to see some of their capabilities. We were able to get some of our volunteer folks to kind of join that training and see some of the differences and some of the capabilities. So that was a good thing. We are doing a command and control in partnership with our Sheriff's Office and law enforcement. That should be happening June 22nd. And then we did have the event I brought up last meeting in regards to firefighter for the day. Student that will bring Captain Gale up to kind of demonstrate a show some of that happened.
Good evening, Madam Mayor, City Council, audience. I'm Long Hill, Cal Fire Placer County Fire Station 30. So several years ago, we sold a gift certificate to support the Colfax Elementary PTA. And again, they asked for that this year. We were fortunate to have family buy it at their house. Sadly, was consumed by the river fire. A 10-year-old student that goes to Colfax Elementary. So he came that morning at 7:30 to have breakfast with us, do our transition from the oncoming staff to the off-going staff. Him and his mom had breakfast. We brought in a crew carrying vehicle that our crews ride in, so we can see that. Our Type 3 engines at Colfax, 2 Placer County Rescue apparatus for our Placer County Rescue team, and Company 36's Type 1 engine and bulldozer. So throughout the day, he was with us from 7:30 to 11:10. On the hour, a different apparatus showed up, so we could check it out and get in and play in it. And it was pretty magical to see the look on his face and how into the fire department he was. So we got to drop him off at about 11:10 at his lunch hour, so all his friends could ride on the fire engine. It was just a super good event for not only him, but his friends. That's what we did on Monday.
Thank you.
So other than that, I'll go a quick safety message, it is still the burn pile. As you go through, obviously getting a burn permit itself, you can get one either online or one of the local fire departments.
But by the way, I timed it. It takes about 3.5 minutes to get the burn permit online. So it's anybody that says they don't have an excuse to get it, it's unbelievably easy. So the longest thing you have to do is watch a 2-minute video.
So again, on there's instructions, the 4x4 pile, be there in person, have a permit, and then a water source for that. Another thing I did want to bring up, it is kind of hiking season, and I brought it up before, but Stevie's Trail, please let folks know that as they go down, please bring plenty of water.
Yes. Any questions from council? Awesome. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right, nonprofits. Do we have any of our nonprofits who'd like to make a report tonight?
Lauren Checky, and I'm representing Commerce. The rest of this month, we're looking forward to next year. It'll be on Thursday, May 26th at the Applegate Civic Center from 5:30 to 7:30. And then we're looking forward to.
Wonderful. Thank you. Foxy?
Foxy McCleary, 127 Sanders Lane. Okay, first, the art walk is starting again, so it's going to be every third Friday, 4 to 8 along Main Street. The Lions are going to have cars parked along Main Street, and I will have artists sitting in front of the different buildings, not interrupting the entrances. And the first one is May 20th. And if anybody that has an old car wants to talk to someone in the Lions, please call Sam Newton at 530-346-2944. If you want to talk to me, it's 530-320-0433. Okay, another very serious thing. I'm also a veteran, and we need help. We lost 3 members in the last 2 years. And if you want to have those great breakfasts and have us continue helping the vets, and we do really help the vets in our area. If you know any veteran, please tell them to come to our meetings. They're Tuesdays, the first Tuesday of the month at 6 o'clock. We're a great group of guys. We do not lull over things. Our meetings are actually quite short, and we do love each other and help each other, honestly. So the veterans do need help. If you know any veterans that do need help, send them to us too. Okay, what else is there? Okay, we just start with that. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Foxy. And just to reiterate on what Foxy was saying, there's a very serious risk right now that the veterans posts that we have for the VFW here in Colfax could be shut down. So this isn't just a matter of needing volunteers. This is a matter of needing membership. Remotely considering interest in the VFW, even if you don't have time to do a lot of volunteer work or you don't have time to show up to meetings, you simply taking the 2.5 minutes it takes literally to fill out the paperwork and provide your DD 214 might be enough to help save the post.
It will pay for your first year's membership.
Yeah. And Foxy just said they will pay for your first year's membership. So any and all veterans, if you have served overseas during a crisis time of combat, then please, please, please take a moment to come talk to our vets. You can come talk to our staff. We'll get you in touch. Talk to a council member. We'll get you in touch. But if you're even remotely interested, please consider joining the VFW. All right, if we have no other nonprofits here this evening, we will go ahead and move forward. We do not have a public hearing, so we don't have item 6. We'll go into public comment. Do we have anybody who would like to make a public comment on items not on the agenda this evening?
Nothing online.
Okay. All right. We will go ahead and close public comment and move to council and staff business. And that would be our reports. We do not have any council business tonight. So, Sean, if you want to go ahead.
I have nothing to report tonight.
Okay. Councilmember Fatula?
No update.
Okay. Online, Councilmember Ackerman?
No updates.
Mayor Pro Tem Mendoza?
Hi, I have nothing to update, but the next meeting I will. I'm gathering a little bit more data and I'm going to report out on the homeless situation.
Okay, sounds good. I'm going to go ahead and reserve my report from tonight as well and turn it over to Wes. Do you have anything to report?
Madam Mayor, keeping consistent with everybody else, I have nothing to report tonight.
All right, fantastic. So that closes our council reports. As I stated, we don't have council business tonight. Moving to go to the order. Do we have any council members who have items for go to the order?
Yeah, I got one item.
Okay.
So this is just for people to be aware of. So everybody knows I have Luminaires down on Main Street. We make about 620 some different products. Paper is getting into an unbelievable shortage. We get our paper from a company called Kelly Paper, and we usually buy it by the pallet load. And Kelly Paper has given us dates of June 30th to July 30th for paper shipments. As they said, their warehouse looks like a ghost town. So just a suggestion for the city, if we have any paper, you may want to pre-order through the summer and get 4 or 5 months worth of paper on hand. Because what we're seeing is just unbelievable shortages. So, and this is, most of the papers we use are made in the US, so it's the ones coming over from China, which is about 2/3 of the papers that come in are virtually gone. So just FYI for everybody. That's all.
Okay. Marnie, David, did either of you guys have anything for go to the order?
I don't.
Yes, I do actually.
Okay.
I just want to use my time here to reach out to everybody and let people know that 211, our system that we use for the emergency, that's an everyday thing. So today I had a situation and I'm pretty resourceful from, other people, but I could not, I was scratching my head on this one. And so I actually tested out the 211. She was fantastic. She was quick. She had the resources right in front of her. So I just kind of want to remind everybody that, we don't need to have some mass emergency to call 211. I mean, they'll even answer a question of like, what temperature do I do my turkey on at Thanksgiving time? So please, anybody, if you guys need any kind of resource or have a question that needs to be answered, call 211. I've seen a few people that are having some housing issues out there. And so we're plugging people through on 211. So if your landlord has raised your rent and you need to find out information about that, please call 211. Thank you. That's all I got.
Thank you. I will recommend, please don't use 211 as Google. But if you do have legitimate questions, need resources, so on and so forth, it's definitely a great piece of, it's a great tool in the toolbox. So for good of the order, I just wanted to take my time to mention if we have any businesses, organizations, or partners within the community who are looking to do any kind of hiring, education, or anything that you might be recruiting for in the near future. If you would be willing to please reach out to me within the next 2 weeks or so. Working on a project right now. It'll come out and be announced soon. But I just need that participation of anybody who's looking to do some hiring. So feel free to reach out. And if no one else has anything else for good of the order, I will go ahead and adjourn the meeting.
I think that's our record meeting.
No.